This is what we here in the Pacific Northwest call our false spring. It usually happens sometime in January. It happens for a week and a half to 2 weeks, and we don't get the heavy rain. We actually have some blue sky today. I've been out since 9 a.m. doing yard work. I got the barbecue area all cleaned up. I got the second half of the patio done. The moss has been bunching up so high on the pavers, I've had to actually scrape it down with a knife. A little moss is fine. Too much is slick. Anyway, that's all cleaned up now. I haven't done that side of the pathway yet, but I did do under the benches. Got that all scraped off. That was where it was the thickest. It grows the thickest in the shaded areas. And I got it all cleaned up out here. Got all of the growth that tries to crawl over my edging. I got that all taken care of today. It still has a lot of pine needles down in the cracks, but I can't do anything about that. I can only sweep it so much, and then I have to wait for it to dry and then either sweep it some more or get in there with my blower. But I did get a walkway done all the way to the fountain. And around. And there's still plenty of leaves for the birds to turn over and find insects in here. And I probably am going to not worry about those for a while yet. But you can walk around the fountain now without trudging through leaves. And I have a massive project ahead of me. As soon as the ground dries out, I will be cleaning up this area. And I've got to find where my short is in my wire that goes to my shed. Either that or we're going to have to run some new wire. Probably would be easier to run some new wire than try and find the short, because I think it goes right to the edge of the pond there, which means I'd have to take the rocks away. I'd have to put the pond up and get under there. So anyway, it's not my pump that is overheating and making the circuit blow. I unplugged everything except my shed, and it is actually a short in the wire somewhere that runs from his shed to my shed. So, and it's not extension cord, it's a regular underground wire. And something has either chewed it or shorted it out. It's frayed or something. So, massive project for this spring, but it'll be when it is much drier out. So the birds are going to have to contend with just a little bit of water in their dish and doing it that way. It doesn't seem to deter them any. I've got birds in there now. Oops, they just left. One of them just left. But yeah, it doesn't make me too happy to it was just regular underground wire that was run, and it was run properly because an electrician friend of ours did it, but something has managed to fray it in some fashion. And I think next time I will run it through some conduit, just so that we don't have to go through this again. I'm 77. I don't want to go crawling around on the ground again. I do enough of that for the down below pond. But that's all accessible. I put that in. Anyway, that is where we are at out here. I still have a lot to do in this section. There's still a lot of leaves. This is my my brand new Lavatera that I bought last year, and it is 3 times the size of when I bought it. It was just a little tiny thing, and I have great hopes for it. They only last 5 to 7 years. I got 7 years out of my last one, but they are the most beautiful bush, and the bees and the hummingbirds love them. There's my tree ivy that I didn't think would grow here, but it's in its, I think, third or fourth year, and it's doing very nicely. Everything is coming along. This area has not been done yet. I still have some leaves going around here, and the back patio hasn't been done. Nothing back here has been done. So as you can see, I have got a lot of work ahead of me, and my back can only take about 3 hours is maximum. I'm on hour number 4 right now, but I did decide to quit, and I've got irises that are coming up over there. As you can see, they are doing very nicely. I have rose hips on my my salmon color rose here. And you can see those pretty little rose hips, which means I might actually get roses seeded somewhere that are not expected. And this is Ponky's area. I've got to get in there next and clean that up so that she doesn't have all those leaves and she can play tug of war with her rope. So that'll be coming up pretty soon. But as you can see, there's a ton of leaves still. I'd like to get rid of these 2 alder trees because I get big branches down every year in the garden. And this is where all my leaves come from. And they just plop and drop right here. They are a red alder. Their lifespan is not that long. And this one in particular, this larger one, right there, is got a lot of, I don't know, breakage or whatever going on, separation of the trunk. So that one really needs to go. The one behind it, maybe not so much, although that has a very big split in the trunk as well. They spring up all over the place. I am constantly pulling the little saplings out. I do have a much preferred tree, and actually 2 of them, that they volunteered in the yard and in my strawberry patch a couple of years ago, probably more like 6 or 7 years ago. And these are madrone trees. Whoops, and something's wrong with my camera. There we go. There are 2 madrone trees back there. The madrones are beautiful. They hold their leaves all year long, and they have a berry to them that the ringneck pigeons like especially, and the ringneck pigeons love nesting in them. So if I could give them some space to grow, get rid of the red alder this year and possibly the one behind it, I think it would be a lot better situation because that's going to keep its leaves. It's not going to dump in the yard. And the birds prefer it. The red alders, as far as I'm concerned, are a garbage tree. They like to grow in swampy areas, which we are. And they really, I don't see much use for them. Even the birds don't, there's nothing, they have like a little pine cone type thingy, but the birds aren't interested in them. So anyway, that's my plan. Get rid of those two maybe, and then let the madrones grow and fix the wire going to my shed. There's always some big projects in every spring. But the pathway is somewhat walkable. Lots and lots of moss this year. Not too sure that isn't what my runny nose is from, because it is unbelievable this year. And where it mounds up, I have to scrape it because there's just too much. And I do have a high-powered hose for getting the mold off of the house and off of these. So I probably am going to go with that as soon as it dries out. No sense in doing it when it's wet. So there you have it. We are looking a lot cleaner here. Bye for now from Lynn's Garden in Port Orchard, Washington. Bye now.